Okay, so we're done with the going through all materials. Now we can close it. Let's select our camera and we can push a little bit back and maybe just repositioning so we can preview. Okay, for the render, if you don't necessarily have any specific idea, you try to have it a very safe render. So it's meaning you can reuse later for more. So right here, let me move this a little bit more away. It was too bright, you can see right here. Okay, so what I was meaning by safe, it is positioning of the camera and a horizontal line. So right here you can see we have our horizontal line maybe a little bit too high. So maybe just put it a little bit down and up. So if you can keep it about 2/3, it's a very safe area. So we can, if for example I go render with this position, I know that a lot of photo shooting, because we photo shoot on a level of our eyes, will work with this background. However, if I know my model on the floor and I was looking from top, I might be going down and reposition my camera to look more down on a model. So it's depend on what you're going to do or how it was preset. So in this case, I'm just going to select a little bit right there. Just move camera out because I want to have more details. Adjusting, bring the camera just a little bit down. Okay. So we can cover some nice areas around here. Again, with this now we can work a little bit more with the fine-tuning the lights. So we have it one light on the side, and let's move a little bit more far. So you can see we kind of bring attention to this point. This is our blue light, and you know, sometimes if it's too powerful, we can split them on two, make a little bit more even. And on this case, we have it lighting inside that room right there, and also another lighting just going above, and let's bring a little bit higher on top. Okay, also cables right here, we have it some nice red dot. If we bring the lights, we'll kind of start hiding. So I think it's almost about right. Again, base it on how you placed your model. You want to match, in some cases, lighting for your model. But overall, if you remember, I like to use it even lighting. So in this case, we can place model and it's very easy. I just put it cold light spilled on the right. On the left, we can have it warmer light spill and just embed the model inside. Very easy. Okay, so right here, this light, I actually want to go and place right here. If we have lights behind the model, it's make much easier for us to kind of sell the embedding. So it's the reason why I'm placing this light around here, because it will make from the model kind of lights going behind much easier this way. We also can take this light and just bring inside our room. Okay, let's decrease this to about 5. And same way we can just place it inside here. In this case, let's disable volumetric lighting. So all what we have is just lighting without seeing point. Okay, and we can bring maybe around that area. Okay, I kind of don't like ceiling light up too much. So maybe around this. But I do like we have a little bit more details pop up. So we'll leave this light right here. Okay, I think this is about right what we can render. So now render, we're going to preview first. Let's go render to screen. And I'm just easy, very fast, because I want just render and see what we have image come up, because sometimes happening in small preview, it's look a little bit different from when we start actually render itself. Okay, so right here we have our render done. And let's click OK. And it does look okay. Actually, I like it, so we'll probably just skip it. Couple things now when we're ready to render, or you can retweak, readjust a couple things. Couple things I recommend. First, no less the final render. It will be much better. I also going to render only a bit lower resolution. The reason is why, so it's going to be faster render for us for tutorial. Usually I'm render about 10,000 pixels or more on 300 dpi. So I have very high resolution for my backgrounds when I'm rendering them. And one more, with the view, when you want it, you want to be sure you hide the infinity planes, because it will create alpha map. And in this case, it doesn't really matter. But when you do render single subjects on the ground, you want to create a very nice clean alpha map, and this will help. Also, almost any time when I render with those single points, I want to enable relighting. Relighting allows you to change lighting after render completed. So if you want to tweak some lighting a little bit, change color, intensity, or whatever, you can do this afterwards, and it saves a lot of time for you to not to re-render over and over. So be sure this one's to is enable. Okay, and so we'll just have it low resolution. And let's go ahead and render. I'm going to pause this tutorial till render is completed and resume after. Okay, so right here our render is completed. Notice what I was saying about the relighting. Now we have all these lights that we can modify. So for example, we can increase intensity of specific lighting, and you can see preview right here, increase or decrease. For example, if you think it's too bright, you can see I'm just taking down a little bit more right here. Okay, so let's go ahead. For example, increase lighting on a side, make a little bit overwhelm or a little bit lower, or even, for example, change a little bit more bluish, add more tint to this. Okay, we can go so lights is closer ones, or go very dark. Actually, maybe darker a little bit better. Okay, same. This is our backlighting, and you can see right here how it's increasing or turn all the way off. Just bring a little bit, and you know what? Let's do change also a little bit to the warmer color. Okay, you notice what we do, and when we're done, we can click preview, so it's applied to our image. Again, we don't re-render everything nice about the lighting. We just modify small portions. So let's go click OK on this one. And now we want to save this image. When we save the image, we want to save actually in two formats. One, we want to save as Photoshop PSD, and second as HDRI. HDRI because we have much more information when we render. We render with very high deep colors and details. And I'll show you with the next step how we can bring those details out and combine. So let's go ahead, save both as HDRI and save as a PSD. And remember, with if you save as PSD file, you're also saving with the alpha map if you need it or something.